get golden visa. It's people who want to secure their future. Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel about the property market in Spain. You might have seen it. We were published at the New York Times. There was an article, a long article about Americans buying property in Spain. There was reasons for buying it, the highest number ever of international buyers in Spain last year, more Americans as well. And one of the reasons why international people and Americans buy property in Spain is to obtain golden visa, which is basically the right for non-EU residents to live and to work in Spain with basically very little requirement. It's very easy to achieve. What you need is a property worth €500,000 debt-free. And that's the main requirement. That's how 95% plus of the people who get golden visa, how they achieve it. There's a lot of information on the internet about what golden visa is, how to get it. It's mainly written by lawyers. It's often not very detailed or sometimes too detailed, not accurate in my opinion. There's confusing information out there. We at Inspire Property Experts, we help international people buy property in Spain as buyer agents. Go through the entire process of planning it, negotiating the best deals, contracting it, legal due diligence, technical inspections, notary, mortgages, golden visa. Golden visa comes after your purchase process. So it's a goal for many people. It might be the most important driver for buying a property in Spain, but you need to buy a property first. You need to have it on your name, it needs to be registered in the Spanish land registry, and then you can apply for golden visa. The golden visa is rather in my point of view, legal/administrative. There's a lot of paperwork involved, but it's worth going through it because it gives you so many options and rights. And I say options because there's not many obligations. Who buys it, get golden visa? It's people who want to secure their future. It's people who want to get the best possible options for their family, for their spouse, for their partner, for their kids. It's people who want that entry ticket into Europe. Of course, people love the Spanish lifestyle, the lower cost of living, 300 days or more than 300 days of sun per year. Yes, but the driver is often to have that option to leave your country when you decide it. Maybe for political reasons, for economic reasons, for retirement or lifestyle reasons, doesn't matter, but you have that option for you and your kids. Kids can go to international schools here in Spain. They grew up in a multicultural, multilingual environment. You get access to private health insurance in Spain. Spain is one of the best health insurances in the world, and it's significantly less expensive than, for instance, in the US. It's peanuts compared to in the US, and the service is significantly better. So that's very attractive drivers. You can live here, you can work here, but you don't have to live here, you don't have to work in Spain. You even don't have to reside here. So it's really a visa scheme for wealthy people who can afford it and want to have these options for them and for their family available. But you travel as well across Schengen. Schengen is 26, 27 countries I believe in Europe. No border controls. You're not restricted to your 90-day visa from the US or maybe other restricted visa schemes from other countries. Very beneficial. €500,000 debt-free. You can't have a mortgage on that for a property. Put it in perspective. For many people, it's not a big amount. What do you get for it? For instance, in Barcelona, which is where I'm talking from now, and you see the sun is coming through the window here. In Barcelona, a 2-3 bedroom apartment, very nice 2-3 bedroom apartments in the center, potentially if you want it in a historic building with Art Nouveau features, pleasant streets, etc. In the center of Barcelona for 500k, maybe 100 square meters or so. But if you go to the coast, let's say Costa Brava, north from Barcelona, or you go further south to Spain, Mediterranean coast, you can buy villas with private garden, private pool, maintenance, maybe with sea view. Again, there's no upper limit to golden visa. You can buy a 5 million property as well, and then you can take a mortgage as long as there is no mortgage on at least €500,000 of your investment. So there's a lot of advantages here, but also compare it with. A lot of our clients are from the US, I mentioned. If you compare with San Francisco or California in general, what do you get for $500,000 in terms of property? Not much. Or on the East Coast, or in Singapore, or in some parts of Australia. It's very hard to find good investments. Buying a property and obtaining golden visa is one thing, but we look at it as property experts. So It's very important for us that you also have a good property, a good long-term investment, good value for your money. And I say this because I'm going to mention a few mistakes that people make when they go for golden visa. And there's 3-4 mistakes that time after time I see happening again. The first one is people overpay. The goal of golden visa becomes so important. The seller agents, they see that, they see the dollar signs in your eyes, and they just inflate the price, and you don't get good deals. Secondly, many people often structure the purchase incorrectly. Golden visa comes after you bought the property, but if you buy it incorrectly, if you structure your purchase contracts in the wrong way, you might lose your chance for a golden visa. For instance, €500,000, but if you buy the property together with your partner, then authorities will say, no, you can't get golden visa because it's only 250K each, because you buy the property together. You own half of the property, you own the other half of the property, and therefore it's not $500,000 debt-free, it's not qualifying for golden visa. So you've got to structure your purchase in the way that one of the two buys the property on his or on her name, that we build mechanisms in, put mechanisms into place that the other person, the partner, has all the necessary rights on the property, etc., so that there is no, that there is, because you want to basically give, I guess, assurance to your family members as well about ownership of the property and what happens if, etc. So these things need to be structured correctly. So first mistake was people overpay. Secondly is wrongly structuring the purchase contracts, therefore not anticipating enough. Third is, and it's linked to these mistakes, is working with wrong people in Spain. You need a network of professionals, and I'm an absolutely strong believer, you know this from other videos, of expertise opposite to generalists. Don't take a generalist lawyer for a golden visa. It's too specific. That's why we have expert lawyers for golden visa in our team, because you need to do this every week. We have the network in Spain. We know the people who we need to send the information for. We can call those people. Generalist lawyers, they don't know this. So this is very important, the right people to work with. And then fourth is, many people just buy the wrong property. Overpaying is one thing. It might still be a good property, but just pay way too much for it. But many people buy the wrong property because the people who sell the properties in Spain, agencies, they work exclusively for the sellers. The market is not regulated. I'm not going to go into detail here, but there's plenty of other videos on my channel and on the blog where I explain how the market works and doesn't work in Spain. There's a lot of abuses, and sellers have no liability towards the buyers, and agencies have no liability towards the buyers when it comes to buying a property. So if they might hide information. We see it happening every week. They might hide information on purpose. They might give wrong information, even on email, and it doesn't give you any protection. They're not liable. But you've signed a contract to buy a property. You've signed an earnest money contract. You've paid 10% of €600,000, and then you figure out the problem. It's the wrong property. It wasn't worth it. There's good examples, and there's a client story from an American buyer who just bought a property last week. The video is going to be at the end of this video. Put a link in the comments as well. This person is requesting golden visa now, and there were significant legal issues with the property that had to be sorted before proceeding with the purchase. The agency was not aware of them. The owner was not aware of them. Our lawyers had to explain them how they should sort it. In the end, we took ownership, sorted the problem, all the boxes ticked in the due diligence, property bought in a secure way. So that's buying. That's a mistake that happens, I think, together with overpaying, getting just the wrong property, and you've got to be very careful with that. If you're serious about buying in Spain and golden visa, let's get in touch. The first conversation with me is not about the detailed legal steps you need for golden visa, because these steps are the same for everybody. It's not about all the documents you need. I can explain this to you, but it's more about, I want to listen to your plans. Why do you want residency or the permit, at least, the right to reside and to work, and the schools and the health insurance, etc. Why do you want that? Have your thoughts already about what type of property, apartment, house, beach villa, several apartments, because you can have several properties actually to add up to this 500K. Budget you have in mind, 500, 800, million and a half, 5 million, what is your budget? Let's just have that conversation first. I'll give you my opinion, my reflections, my recommendations, give you some initial direction and to steer, or to give you direction in terms of where I think your project could or should go, how to approach it, what to avoid, how to be realistic, etc. I can explain you how we can help you, of course, but the first thing is I want to listen to your story and give you my opinion to see if I think it's realistic, if it can work, if you can achieve it. There's a link here to reach out to us. It's a simple form, and it's a little exercise for you. Write down, in terms of property, what you have in mind. Golden visa is a discussion we will have as well, but do you know what you have in mind? Or is it really only about golden visa? That's fine as well if the property is not important to you. But I want to still have that property discussion, because it needs to be a good investment in our opinion, a long-term investment that you will never regret. So be in touch. If you like it, write down your question or your comments down here, share the video, and hope to talk to you soon.